Well, hello, YouTube. I am back again. What do you know? I'm actually doing what I said I was going to do and make a few videos over the next. Well, I made a video 2 days ago, and I said I would be making videos over the next couple of days, and here I am. So, gosh, I had so much for my last video, and I mentioned that I want to keep them to about 10 minutes each. And I mean, I had so much, I was never going to get all through that in 10 minutes. So I'm going to kind of try to keep this one moving along better and follow the little script I have here and continue to share with you guys. I have a little plan going now, so I'm excited. I have a list here, which I mentioned in the last video, of things that I want, videos that I want to make, themes that I want to make in the coming year, and hopefully in the next month or so. And I want to keep this going. I'm starting to feel that doing this channel is going to keep me reading. And even though I didn't really start out to make this all about reading, I think that that's going to be the sweet spot. It's inspiring me to keep going, and it's helping me realize sort of the pace I need to keep in order to keep going on all my plans and to get through books and have something to talk to you guys about rather than I'm still reading the same two books, because I do read at a pretty slow pace. So the books that I want to talk about today are some of the books that I'd like to get to in the next, well, realistically, the next 6 weeks. I would love for it to be the next month, but 6 weeks feels like a good marker, and 6 weeks will bring me right to my birthday. So that's always a good. For me, the beginning of the year is always like there's this chunk until my birthday, which is February 10th, and it's like I get kind of this feeling that I have 6 months. There's not 6 months, 6 weeks to get myself on track for the new year. I really like to have things going on February 1st. So it gives me January to get my bearings, and I really try to get quiet during the holidays and just let everything get still, which is also really helpful for the yoga classes that I teach. And starting next week, I go back to my full schedule, which is teaching every day except for the weekends and sometimes two classes a day. So I have plans to share the books that I used for inspiration for my classes here on this channel. And there's a lot of other things I wanted to do on this channel, and I don't know. Right now, it just doesn't feel like I'm gonna move much beyond the books that I'm reading for whatever reason. Probably a lot. Probably that has a lot to do with the fact that I am very inspired by a couple of new YouTube, well, they feel like friends, even though I don't know them. But I've got some YouTube buddies now that have their own successful Booktube pages. And so I'm kind of using them as inspiration. And I've mentioned them before. So I don't want to like totally overdo it and act like some fangirl. But hi, Jim from Great Books, Big Ideas. And hi, Paul. And I don't know if Paul, I would love it if you'd say your name out loud so I know how to pronounce it, because I think it's Mars, but it's spelled Magrs. And Paul's been a really surprising inspiration because he's helped me embrace the fact that I have a real deep affection for my childhood and reflecting back. And so, with that in mind, one of the books that I have on tap to read, hopefully in the next 6 weeks, is this cute little book that I have been spying on thrift books for, I don't know, a couple of years now. And I finally bit the bullet. I think it was because I had a free, if you buy a lot of books on thrift books like I do, every once in a while you get a free book, up to usually the value of $7. And so this one was in that price range, and it's almost new. I mean, there's just one little blip here, and I might have created that blip. But anyway, I hope I know how to say this. The Tale of Despereaux. It's French, which I just love to act like I know how to speak French, but I don't. And Kate DiCamillo, is that how you say your name, Kate? It just looks like the cutest little book. And I made mention before in a video that I posted in the last couple of months that I read a book that I had read when I was about 11 years old, Mom, the Wolfman and Me by Norma Klein, I think, if I remember correctly. And I had so much fun rereading that book that I thought, you know what, I am going to read any children's books that speak to me. And so this one's a pretty good sized book. It reminds me, I mean, it's about a mouse, so that's part of it, but it reminds me of when I was in about probably third grade, but maybe second, I read Mouse and the Motorcycle by Beverly Cleary. And that was one of my first kind of longer books to read. And I loved that book. So this reminds me of that. And it's got pictures in it. Let me see if I can find one to share with you. They're not going to show up very good on camera. But I love books. I love pictures in books. And the type is really large. So that's going to be really nice for my aging eyes. I don't have to squint to see what I'm reading. Anyway, The Tale of Despereaux is, let's read this little bit on the back. What could bring together a tiny mouse with exceptionally large ears, a rat who longs for a world full of light, and a lonely serving girl with a simple, impossible wish? Reader, it is your destiny to find out. So I'm excited to read. I mean, just that little picture is so precious. Look at him with that little sewing needle like a sword. So cute. Okay, so that's one of the books I want to read. I got to keep moving because I'm already at 5 minutes. My mom gave me this book for Christmas. We'll Prescribe You a Cat. Let's see. It is by Seo Ishida, translated by E. Madison Shimoda, and A Cat a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. Discover this utterly charming, vibrant celebration of the healing power of cats in the award-winning, best-selling Japanese novel that has become an international sensation. I have a bit of a fascination with Japan and Japanese culture, so this is kind of my sweet spot. And I became the cat lady over the last couple of years. I have 3 cats now. I can't believe that. They all found me via the cat distribution system. I didn't go looking for them. But now I'm like obsessed with cats, and everywhere I go, I gravitate to the cat. So this is tucked away on the 5th floor of an old building at the end of a narrow alley in Kyoto. The Nakagyo Kokoro Clinic for the Soul can be found only by people who are struggling in their lives and who genuinely need help. The mysterious clinic offers a unique treatment to those who find their way there. It prescribes cats as medication. Patients are often puzzled by this unconventional prescription, but when they take their cat for the recommended duration, they witness profound transformations in their lives, guided by the playful, empathetic, and occasionally challenging yet endearing cats. Throughout these pages, the power of the human-animal bond is revealed as a disheartened businessman finds unexpected joy in physical labor. A middle-aged man struggles to stay relevant at work and at home. A young girl navigates the complexities of elementary school cliques. Oh, that sounds so charming. A hardened handbag designer seeks emotional balance, and a geisha learns to move on from the memory of her lost cat. As the clinic's patients grapple with their inner turmoil and seek resolution, their feline companions lead them toward healing, self-discovery, and newfound hope. My God, sounds so good. So, okay, that's another one I want to get through. Let's see, how's the print in this one? Oh, it's pretty good size. I'll be good on that. And it's a small, kind of a tiny book, so it looks like it's just shy of 300 pages. So hopefully I'll get through that one too. This one I'm dying to read, and I'm kind of running out of time. So I'm going to read the blurb on this one next time. The video that I make tomorrow, my first video of 2025, Joan Didion, The White Album. I have yet to read any Joan Didion. I've learned a lot about her over the last few years, including the fact that she helped to write the script for the 1976 A Star is Born with Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson, which I was 6 when that movie came out, and my mom let me see it, and it got just embedded in my little consciousness. And I have loved that movie my whole life. And now I've watched it recently as an adult. I'm kind of surprised my mom let me watch it. She was pretty protective of us too, so it's kind of surprising. But anyway, I'm very fascinated with Joan, and I can't wait to read this book. I'll read the blurb next time. This I'm going to have to get cooking on right away for a few reasons. I'm reading this, The Last Man by Mary Shelley, for a book club with another person who I originally found on YouTube, and now I am on her Patreon. And oh my gosh, all of a sudden I can't remember her name, Fran Meneses. And she has a channel here. You should look her up. I'm going to try to remember to put these people's channel names in the description for this video. This has very small type. Oh my God, can you see that? Maybe you can't even see it. It's very small, and it's a pretty big book. Well, it's only a little more than 300 pages, but it's an actual big book, and the print is so small, and this is like way outside of what I would normally read, but I read a book this summer in Fran's book club, the first book in her first book club, and it was so fun. The discussion group that she created on Zoom when we finished was so engaging. Like this multicultural mix of the most interesting people. It seemed to be almost all women. So cool. So I'm excited to read this, even though I'm a bit daunted by the topic. So I'm going to read this to you tomorrow too. And I brought this, which I'll talk more about tomorrow. This is going to be my notebook. I'm going to keep a notebook of all the books I read in 2025, and hopefully I'll keep that up for the rest of my life. So I have lots of fun things on my agenda for the new year, and I'm getting everything organized, and I'll wrap up that organizational list making stuff tomorrow. So I'll be back to share the blurbs for the books that I didn't get to today and share with you some of the rest of my plans for 2025. Thank you for being here. My name's Holly. If you haven't yet subscribed, I sure hope you will this time. I'll see you for my next video, and bye till later.